In the quietest hours, tourism activity reaches its minimum. Yet, maintenance crews and night staff work.
Traveling provides opportunities for observation and reflection. We must ensure these railways.
The seasonal variability of glacial streams peaks in late afternoon on hot summer days, when solar heating accelerates melting.
We see how tradition and innovation play out in the physical environment, revealing community history through physical evidence.
While the village sleeps, the rhythm of the bakery begins anew. It's a blend of heritage baking and modern.
Experiencing these dramatic landscapes expands our perspective, inspiring a shared stewardship to keep these remarkable places. The deep night inevitably yields to day. It is a cycle of renewal, where every ending enables a new beginning for the world below.
The daily cycle of alpine tourism relies on precise timing. Long before the lifts open, a coordinated
valleys. Formed by tectonic collision and sculpted over hundreds of millions of years, these peaks remind us that human history is
Agricultural cooperatives pool resources, allowing farmers to share risks and capture value-added profits that would otherwise go to middlemen.
And so the cycle completes. The dawn light returns, yet each new day brings its own.
The recreational experience relies on sophisticated technical systems and highly trained professionals. They conduct rigorous safety.
Ice acts as both a conveyor belt, moving rock material, and a sculpting tool, carving these distinctive landforms we see today. Glacial erratics function as geological time capsules that record the former extent and power of ice sheets.
Careful facility design accommodates intensive use with minimal environmental impact, providing healthy activity and community building. As the sun embraces the valley, the mystery of the night yields to the clarity of day. A powerful.
This daily ascent is crucial for managing the inherent risks of the mountain environment.
Let's prioritize the avalanche assessment on the ridgeline.
This extreme high-altitude environment supports specialized adaptations. Only the most resilient species pursue.
The voiceover discusses the tension between demands for universal communication coverage and desires to preserve mountain landscapes from industrial intrusions.
Understanding the full rhythms of this village, from dawn to dawn, creates a true appreciation for the complexity of a successful tourism destination.
The majesty of this landscape attracts millions, yet ski tourism faces a paradox.
The engineering challenges of maintaining this infrastructure are immense, constantly threatened by landslides,
Community theaters serve vital cultural functions in small towns and rural areas, providing creative outlets for residents who might otherwise lack access to arts.
Visitors photograph constantly, documenting their experiences and curating online personas. This shapes how we experience.
Here, in this cathedral of giants, the forest community has.
Hand harvesting persists here because the land is too steep for modern machinery. This communal work is.
In mountain regions, topography constrains down travels.
This vase is hand-thrown by a local artisan, the glaze unique to this region.
We maintain the temperature precisely to gears.
Beyond the colorful chaos, ski school is serious business. It's an essential safety infrastructure, teaching mountain awareness.
This landscape tells a story of evolving forest management. We acknowledge past exploitative.
Constructed in the 1960s by local climbing clubs, the bridge requires annual inspection.
The shared infrastructure created social spaces where women gathered while tending their loaves, exchanging news.
Yeah, the mountain calls and we answer the sound. Best little village around. Got the sun on our face and the wind at our back.
Maintaining a normal family life here is a constant negotiation. The cost of living, driven by tourism, strains middle-income budgets.
This spectacular canyon reveals how flowing water shapes the landscape. The river cuts downward while tectonic forces
Maintaining quality local schools is essential for viable residential communities. This terraced landscape is a testament to generations of labor.
The lake formed when glacial ice melted, creating a habitat for amphibians like newts and frogs.
Look out!
This modern wellness center.
The investment in facilities and staff must generate sufficient return during peak seasons to justify the expenses, highlighting the
What appears seamless to visitors requires extensive behind-the-scenes coordination.
Founded on the river's floodplain, this historic center documents centuries of development, successfully.
Dating to 1387, this medieval watchtower guarded trade routes connecting the Rhone and Rhine.
The early afternoon lull reminds us that successful vacations are all about balancing intense activity with necessary rest and recovery. These spectacular mountain landscapes motivate the entire tourism economy, drawing visitors seeking this profound connection with nature. It is my hope that these mountain railways continue serving future generations, while these precious environments remain healthy and protected.
The names inscribed here remind us that these wars
The village's success depends on this comprehensive approach, ensuring that diverse offerings create a competitive advantage for the destination.
The spectacular colors we see are thanks to cool nights and sunny days. This triggers the breakdown of chlorophyll.
Human-powered activities like snowshoeing require effort but offer a deeper, more intimate engagement with the winter landscape. Forestry education balances timber production with ecological health, adapting strategies for sustainable forest management across generations. The late afternoon sun marks a transition, that liminal period between the day's final descent and the evening ahead. Indulgence. More than just refueling stops, these mountain restaurants embody a cherished alpine ritual, preserving traditional cuisine. Experiencing these transitions provides insight into how mountains create multiple climate zones and the ecological adaptations required to survive here. The expansion of renewable energy infrastructure in Swiss alpine regions, driven by national commitments to reduce carbon emissions and phase out nuclear power.
This photo from 1905 shows the glacier reaching the valley floor.
Incredible. It's barely visible now.
The golden hour arrives, transforming the landscape with magical light. It's a moment of aesthetic appreciation and emotional resonance.
We are crossing the tree line, documenting how plant and animal communities change with altitude as temperature drops and the growing season shortens.
This spectacular valley system is famous for its concentration of waterfalls.
The site was discovered during railway maintenance when a landslide exposed artifacts, halting construction and prompting a full archaeological survey. Ephemeral moments like these remind us that the most beautiful things often exist only briefly, making them all the more valuable.
The true reward of the climb is this perspective, revealing a landscape so vast it inspires both awe.
This form of extensive low-intensity agriculture maintains biodiversity while providing economic benefits.
Via Ferrata routes originated in the Alps as military infrastructure during World War I, but their conversion to recreational use has democratized alpinism.
Transitions create distinct phases. As the blue hour deepens, the village shifts, its evening identity.
The ascent is a struggle, the summit an achievement. The descent is the return to ordinary life, carrying a new perspective.
River erosion carved this dramatic feature over thousands of years. The downcutting rate.
The diversification maximizes market capture, showing how evening entertainment extends both visitor engagement and critical spending throughout the village.
Eating together remains a vital ritual in mountain culture. It's more than just sustenance, it's a social space that preserves.
Entertainers. The progression from quiet dining to energetic late night follows clear patterns, highlighting the significant economic visitors. The shift from agriculture to tourism transformed these communities, and the museum bridges that gap, interpreting
Studying these contemporary glaze stands.
The initiative establishes standards for members, including waste reduction targets, sourcing minimum percentages of.
The late evening hours show the successful management of extended operating hours, balancing economic activity and community well-being.
Circles. While tourism creates a market that supports the artisan economy, these craftspeople face the challenge of balancing traditions.
The physiological effects are immediate at this elevation. Intense solar radiation and the constant roar of powerful.
As you can see in this time lapse, the glacier retreat has
This profound quiet marks the completion of the daily cycle, holding the promise of renewal that each dawn brings.
This gallery represents the cultural sophistication of established alpine destinations. Successful tourism.
The descent reveals a landscape of a remarkable contrast. Here, extensive glaciers approach the rail.
Engineered for survival, these structures must withstand avalanche impact forces exceeding 100 kilometers per hour, allowing.
Decades of channelization damaged these rivers. Now, we're restoring natural processes, recreating meanders.
In the stillness of the deep night, the village exists in a suspended state.
In a world focused on maximizing activity, tourism grants us permission for non-productive.
This is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity demonstrated by mountain communities, developing strategies for survival.
As the darkness retreats, the village awakens. Each dawn is a promise of renewal, a fresh beginning filled with possibility.
As the sun lowers, the golden hour transforms the landscape. This idealized light signals.
The journey reveals a remarkable transition.
High altitude and cool temperatures make alpine regions ideal for solar generation absorption.
The alignment demonstrates that modern engineers followed routes established 2,000 years ago, honoring the
Sunrise, a profound threshold moment. It represents hope, rebirth, and the promise of new possibilities.
The late afternoon rush highlights the intense logistics of ski rental. Every returned item.
Darkness and reduced sensory input create conditions for contemplation. This enforced stillness allows...
Track inspection involves daily visual checks for loose ballast and bent rails, as well as ultrasonic testing to detect internal flaws in the steel.
This transformation from a quiet village to a bustling destination highlights the complex coordination required for successful tourism operations.
For the families who live here, this alpine village is home, not a holiday. They navigate the same...
The geography of these mountain valleys profoundly influenced human history, shaping trade patterns and the location.
The voiceover explains the gorge's formation through fluvial erosion by the ancient river as the mountains were uplifted.
Successful destinations offer layered experiences beyond the slopes. This diversification, including cultural...
A truly complete community infrastructure requires services beyond tourism, ensuring professional care for residents' needs, including their pets. Arriving at this grand hub marks the connection point, linking remote mountain valleys with the broader national and international networks.
Originally built in the 1700s, this bridge was reconstructed times after floods.
How's everyone doing today? Enjoying the beautiful weather up here?
The dawn reveals how our cities and mountains depend on each other, a relationship strengthened by the railways connecting them.
This method, unchanged for centuries, yields higher quality hay, preserving more nutrients than modern techniques.
Food and beverage offerings like elaborate desserts create memorable experiences, contributing to family satisfaction.
The mountain valleys show a rapid seasonal shift. Autumn is fleeting here, quickly yielding to winter's frost.
The transformation is complete. Evening lighting creates the iconic alpine village imagery central to tourism.
As the railway climbs, we see the forest's vibrant transition. This color change is crucial for news.
We prioritize native species adapted to these conditions, mimicking natural succession.
This demonstrates the important balance between continued activity and necessary recovery periods, ensuring visitors.
Mature tourism destinations understand that cultural investment is essential. It signals sophistication.
Climate change impacts are evident here, from glacier retreat to shifting plant life. We must protect these.
The museum's exhibits document the railway's history, the geology and ecology of the alpine environment, and the
A traditional alpine hunting culture persists in the valley, where regulated seasons allow residents to harvest deer. The village's documented success depends fundamentally on this comprehensive, diversified approach rather than narrow single. This vast, undeveloped landscape reminds us of the importance of preserving areas where nature proceeds with.
The late afternoon sun begins its descent, marking the concluding phase of the day. It's a liminal time.
These specialty shops serve a vital role, connecting visitors with authentic local products while providing residents.
We reflect on the kilometers traveled and the stories told through this window. Ahead,
Hudderston. This shift highlights the tension between maximizing late-night revenue and maintaining the village's character.
These ecosystems represent centuries of development, creating a complexity impossible to recreate.
These 24-hour operations are essential infrastructure for modern tourism, balancing the economics of constant availability.
These governance systems manage water as a common resource in alpine regions.
This profound quiet represents the normal state for most residents. It highlights the spatial separation.
Braided rivers form in areas where sediment supply exceeds the river's capacity to transport it.
Save to Notion.
Tourism provides crucial economic support, helping maintain these mountain communities. However,
this decentralized renewable energy model allows alpine communities to achieve energy independence.
The late-night food economy provides essential harm reduction, stabilizing the nightlife ecosystem when staff manage challenging conditions and intoxicated guests.
These upgrades are essential for maintaining safety and reliability as traffic volumes increase and trains become heavier and faster.
Municipalities must balance entertainment revenue with quality of life concerns when establishing mandatory closing hours, leading to friction as the night winds down.
The moonlit journey transforms this familiar landscape into a mysterious realm. Many species here.
The city sleeps while we come alive, screaming out beneath these lights.
As the night deepens, the streets empty. Fatigue enforces rest, allowing municipal services to be.
The contrast between these islands of light and the surrounding darkness reminds us how artificial illumination has reshaped our connection to the night. As the golden hour arrives, the light transforms everything. It creates a meditative pause.
As dawn breaks over this valley, we see how transportation connects communities.
The current road dates to the mid-20th century, widened and paved to accommodate automotive traffic, yet
the stone pillars and ventilation gaps allowed air movement, protecting the harvest from pests and.
We witness this peak moment, recognizing its impermanence. There is special value assigned to moments that exist only briefly.
This is the still point between night and day, when the village rests before the cycle begins again.
As we move closer to the city, the landscape shows progressive intensification. This rural
Interpretive trails represent evolution from simple nature walks with informational signs toward design.
The blue hour marks a fundamental transformation, as natural light fades and the village's sophisticated evening.
In these quiet hours before dawn, the unseen work that powers the village begins.
The journey reveals the profound connection between alpine wilderness and the urban core. It is our hope.
Diverse evening entertainment options extend visitor engagement and substantially increase per-visitor spending.
The physics of alpenglow reveals how solar angle and atmospheric scattering create these spectacular colors.
As the train moves through this winter wonderland, we see how deep snow transforms the
shades. The substantial economic benefits of these peak periods help justify the slower times. Managing noise requires a Beyond the spectacular visuals, this golden light fundamentally shifts our mood. The physiological effect
The challenge lies in balancing the economic benefits of a vibrant nightlife with the quality of life for residents and the well-being of exhausted workers. Schools are vital to attracting and retaining families. They ensure this alpine village remains an authentic, sustainable community for
it. Winter tourism has transformed these mountains. The ski industry brings vital winter employment and economic
recovery conditions. Stone quarrying is among humanity's oldest extractive industries. Buildings, for instance, present rementioned stone quarry.
The transition from bustling night to profound quiet mirrors the endless cycle of completion and renewal inherent in all things. Winter used to mean isolation here, but modern technology, reliable transport and energy.
As the village sleeps, the cycle persists. Each ending enables a new beginning.
The engineering of these lift systems revolutionized mountain tourism, bridging the gap between the valley and these spectacular
Mountain communities have long adapted to winter, blending traditional knowledge of snow conditions and avalanche risk with modern technology for survival. This reforestation demonstrates renewal following disturbance, but raises questions about balancing timber production. As the darkness yields to dawn, the village awakens to a fresh beginning and the promise of renewal. The coordination between lift operations moving thousands uphill and the ongoing monitoring of slope conditions ensures safety across all ability levels. It's remarkable how quickly the light fades on these short winter days. While we can illuminate the darkness with the flip of
Sunrise symbolizes hope and renewal. This moment marks the crossing from darkness into the fresh opportunities of a new day.
These mid-mountain facilities serve a dual purpose, providing necessary rest and nutrition, while also creating justice.
The winter night journey encourages reflection. The harsh conditions paradoxically create an appreciation for warmth.
Understanding these daily rhythms creates appreciation for the complexity and coordination required for successful, sustained tourism operations.
The journey concludes, a testament to the resilience of these mountain railways. From alpine snow,
the masks embody archetypal characters, wild men representing untamed nature.
Destination diversification measurably increases overall appeal. This substantial variety reduces vulnerability to weather fluctuations and shifting market changes.
Rather than synchronized peaks, we see continuous activity as visitors follow individual schedules.
This dramatic transformation shows life resuming after winter dormancy. Spring progresses up the mountain.
Avalanche paths shape alpine landscapes by preventing tree establishment on steep slopes and transporting sediment from high to low elevations.
The scientific collection serves research on plant adaptation to extreme environments and the conservation of rare species.
The daily rhythm here is structured around mealtimes, reflecting European cultural values where substantial lunch breaks are
Folk traditions associated with the bridge include the belief that making a wish while crossing brings good fortune.
While modern lift tracking systems help identify potential issues, the visual sweep remains the definitive confirmation that all terrain is clear.
Here in the eastern woodlands, the arrival of fall brings a stunning saturation of reds, oranges, and yellows across the landscape.
Here we observe the impact of the longitudinal profile. As the gradient decreases downstream, the river's energy
Despite the best safety systems, mountain recreation inherently involves real risks that can never be completely.
And so we pause, suspended between earth and sky, witnessing this.
Intensive agriculture in these valleys relies on the fertile alluvial soils, contrasting sharply with
Twilight is a liminal time, neither day nor night. As the light fades, our perception shifts.
While our rural communities face unique challenges, the vitality of Main Street remains strong. There's a
Rural service centers like this one are vital economic hubs, supporting the agricultural base while diversifying.
Contemporary alpine architecture must satisfy building codes and guest expectations while maintaining visual harmony with it.
The river's ecology is directly linked to its watershed connectivity. As we move downstream, the landscape reveals the complex truth of resource extraction. We must weigh the economic gains against the
This traditional timber framing knowledge nearly disappeared, but it's vital for durability. We use mortise and tenon joints. The forest returns, reclaiming the scars of the past. It's a reminder that while restoration takes decades,
the modern concrete foundation and structural frame provide the load-bearing system, while advanced insulation dramatically exceeds.
This is what sustainable agriculture looks like. Healthy soil, diverse crops, and local food systems create abundance for everyone.
The reservoir maintains downstream flow requirements, yet the debate over environmental costs persists.
Traditional alpine decorations served multiple functions, including marking family identity and social status within the community.
This protected area is a testament to effective watershed science. Through collaborative efforts, we balance
This incremental additive quality creates the authentic character and human scale that make traditional alpine villages appealing to visitors and residents alike.
This ancient forest is a sacred place. We must protect these irreplaceable ecosystems for generations to come. The river gradually recovers its natural character as tributaries add uncontrolled flow, demonstrating the remarkable.
These resilient Krumholtz formations show how trees adapt to the harsh winds here. But even they are threatened by the rapid warmth. We are now observing the transition from the mountainous physiographic province to the foothills. This ecotone
Descending into the rain shadow reveals a dramatic shift. As the moist air is blocked by the mountains, the landscape
The geological history recorded here in the lakebed offers crucial insights into how dramatically our climate can change over time.
The vibrant colors reveal thermophilic bacteria, unique extremophiles harnessing the raw geothermal energy of these desert oases.
Desert ecology showcases remarkable adaptations for survival. The wind constantly reshapes the dunes.
As the landscape shifts to these dramatic basalt flows, we see the colonization process begin.
We witness the slow dance of geological time. Erosion, driven by wind and water, relentlessly.
The colors you see in these eroding banks, the blues, reds, and purples, reveal ancient environments and
A well-designed lighting plan transforms civic squares at night. It creates a warm, inviting atmosphere.
These Erzgebirge pyramids represent the return of light during the winter solstice. The heat from
The Lucy installation represents Zurich's commitment to making public space beautiful, engaging, and memorable.
The secret to the perfect Brunsli lies in high-quality almonds, rich cocoa, and a hint of kirsch, giving it that distinct fudgy texture.
Small town squares are so vital as community gathering places. They serve as
Transitions mark the edges of our comfort. We leave the scattered lights behind, trusting the darkness ahead.
Railway stations like the Zurich Hauptbahnhof are transitional spaces where travel, commerce.
The appeal of these small lakeside towns lies in the lifestyle choice they offer. It's about balancing spectacular
Oceans. It is in this darkness that we find clarity. The journey forward requires trust, a leap.
From the saturated colors of chromolithography to the texture of letterpress, these cards document the evolution of print.
The rhythm of travel shifts as we move through these varied terrains. It's the constant change, the transition from
Driving through this wilderness night, time seems to blend. Cool tones suggest winter cold and distance, while this shift to amber evokes comfort and gathering.
A forest journey is a meditation. The trees create their own environment here, affecting the light, the sound, and the atmosphere around us.
Standing here, surrounded by beings that predate human civilization, reminds us of our duty to preserve.
Navigating these winding roads at night requires sustained attention. The geometry of the curves dictates our civilities. It's remarkable how a single light can transform the wilderness. These havens offer safety,
In Swiss and European households, quality linens were treasured possessions passed through generations. These textiles.
There is a humbling clarity that comes with height. From this vantage point, human presence seems minimal.
Driving through this darkness, you enter a different state of consciousness. The hours before dawn have a timeless quality.
The Lucy Light installation has become as anticipated as any historical custom, successfully balanced.
In these timeless hours before dawn, the sleeping community exists in a quiet, suspended state.
These arches symbolize the longing for light during the dark winter, a tradition born from the mining regions.
In these liminal hours, the sleeping community makes us question consciousness itself. Does a place
leaving the last lights behind, the wilderness resumes its hold. It's the darkest part of the night, but we push on toward the dawn.
The wreath symbolizes hope and life.
These materials are all natural, so they'll hold up well indoors. Just be careful with the candles.
Successful cities accommodate different types of cultural expression. Spaces like this show that activities don't compete, but
the darkness always yields to light. Perseverance is rewarded, and with the dawn comes the promise of a new day.
Handmade items represent skill and attention in an era of mass production.
We focus on traditional binding for durability.
It's fascinating how public squares transform as evening arrives. Successful lighting design is crucial.
Swiss watchmaking is synonymous with precision worldwide.
This expertise extends far.
See how the darkness yields to light. We persisted through the night and
the enduring darkness yields to the spectacular display of dawn. With it comes the profound sense of renewal.
Zurich Hauptbahnhof, Switzerland's busiest railway station, successfully integrates commerce, transportation.
It is in these final hours of darkness that our resolve is truly tested. But dawn approaches.
Non-skiing activities provide essential diversification for family tourism. Organized activities like treasure hunts keep children engaged and entertained.
These ancient valleys were sculpted over millennia by the immense force of Ice Age glaciers, revealing the dramatic landscapes we traverse today.
The astonishing biodiversity of these meadows, bursting with color, is sustained.
Recertification checks are complete on the main hoist.
Emergency call detected. Avalanche rescue. East face. Move out.
Understanding alpine environmental challenges is key. Be aware of intense sun exposure, altitude sickness effect.
Traditional alpine cheese production developed from the necessity to preserve milk in the pre-refrigeration era.
These tracks were carved by hand in the 1890s, built by mountain villagers seeking connection to the outside world.
As we ascend toward higher elevations, the vegetation transforms from lush meadows.
Watch the color. That tells you the temperature.
Knowledge transmitted through generations, reviving authentic craftsmanship.
Accurate weather forecasting is crucial for alpine communities, balancing the economic benefits of tourism with the high operational cost.
Maintaining normal routines in a tourism hotspot is a delicate balance. This community strives to protect.
Isolated by these towering peaks for centuries, these communities developed a unique culture all their own. It certainly kept the in-laws from visiting too often.
The alpine tundra reveals a unique ecosystem where extreme conditions select for specially adapted.
The biochemistry of autumn color involves the breakdown of chlorophyll, revealing yellow and orange pigments masked by green throughout the summer.
Is at Lauterbrunnen. Providing medical care in tourist destinations presents unique challenges, balancing the needs of permanent residents with a transient.
The station serves as a critical supply point for upper mountain communities, particularly during the winter months when road access is impossible.
A small hydroelectric dam balances energy production with ecological protection. Engineers design these structures to.
Alpine tourism presents unique economic patterns. The retail ecosystem must balance seasonal. The economic strategy here is clear: attract diverse visitors to extend the season and reduce dependence on skiing alone. There's a transformation that occurs when we encounter landscapes that dwarf our normal experience.
Wellness services have become expected amenities in upscale tourism, integrating traditional alpine wellness.
It's incredible to think this valley was filled with ice during the last ice age.
As we descend into the chasm, the G is laid bare.
Baseline biodiversity data is crucial for understanding how ecosystems respond to environmental changes, including.
The true test of a public space is its resilience. These gathering places are vital for social cohesion.
Public libraries serve essential functions, providing information access, educational resources, cultural programming, and community gathering space.
This broad valley demonstrates intensive agriculture, providing essential food production and economic activity.
The gardens cling to the slopes, tended by families for generations.
Railways brought economic transformation to these isolated villages, preserving their heritage while ensuring their future. The scene documents the post-lunch shift. Traditional afternoon closing remains common, creating a tension between these cultures. The descent offers a different perspective. Details missed during the anticipation-filled climb.
Slope failures are often preceded by detectable precursors, such as accelerating displacement rates, rising groundwater.
This bookshop represents the cultural infrastructure of tourism, where physical maps and guides offer both practical navigation and deep cultural education.
The river's power is evident everywhere, from the spectacular erosion of the valley walls to the clean energy.
As evening approaches, the mountains glow in the golden light. Summer here is a season of plenty. Direct experience in nature creates emotional connections that abstract classroom learning cannot replicate.
Maintaining sophisticated healthcare infrastructure in alpine environments presents unique challenges.
As the afternoon progresses, the sustained operational quality reveals true maturity. This seems
a testament to both technical achievement and a philosophical commitment to connecting humanity with these extreme landscapes.
While summer offers easy access, we must respect the power of these mountains. Sustainable management is key to preserving this beauty for the future.
Maintaining these essential services is a constant negotiation for alpine communities. Despite
the privilege of witnessing such transitory natural beauty exists only in these brief moments between night and day.
Fog is essentially a cloud at ground level, formed when humid air cools to its dew point and
the ecological importance of bees as pollinators is immense, yet beekeeping faces significant challenges.
The fog demonstrates a temperature inversion, where warm air above prevents.
These meteorological conditions create this stunning valley fog. It's vital for the local ecosystem.
The ecological significance of these pool riffle sequences lies in their diverse habitats, supporting high biodiversity.
In alpine regions, traditional skills adapt constantly to contemporary markets. Tourism plays a continuous maintenance, including geological surveys and rock scaling operations, ensures safety on this extreme.
The forests here offer multiple services, balancing timber production with conservation, watershed protection.
The water wheel drives the shafts and gears that rotate the upper millstone.
We feed the heritage grain directly into the hopper, like this.
Maintaining year-round resident populations is essential to sustain community institutions and culture beyond the tourist image.
It's about community, vitality, and the simple pleasure of moving your body in nature. Fitness should be for everyone.
Beyond food production, these spaces foster crucial community connections, linking residents across generations.
The challenge here in alpine communities is maintaining affordable housing when market pressures favor vacation rentals.
This embankment represents a critical compromise between transportation and water management. It supports heavy train loads.
Even as contemporary practice evolves, tradition persists. This
engineering marvel, finished in the 1880s, cost the lives of dozens of workers, a solemn reminder of the price of progress.
Farming here is a delicate balance. Short seasons and steep slopes limit mechanization,
The ascent reveals the mountains in their evening transformation. As the dramatic alpenglow fades,
Maintaining schools is vital for alpine communities, helping to attract and retain families with children.
To negotiate this substantial elevation change, engineers employed horseshoe curves, allowing the track to loop back while keeping the grade operational. We offer premium equipment, from e-bikes to climbing gear, enabling car-free access to alpine trails and supports. Digital technology enables professionals to work remotely, diversifying the economy beyond tourism. The clarity of this glacial lake is absolutely pristine, revealing depths carved thousands of years ago by the retreating ice sheets.
In alpine towns, embracing winter is key to quality of life. Simple spaces like
This spectacular landscape demonstrates the dynamic equilibrium of nature. Tectonic uplift buildings. The critical importance of mountain weather stations lies in their ground truth data, validating models used for aviation safety.
The station is a symbol of the serious infrastructure necessary for alpine safety, integrating.
This rugged terrain, dominated by metamorphic rocks like schist and gneiss, is home to surprising. meditation practices have gained mainstream acceptance. Formerly associated primarily with religious traditions, this essential housing supports the tourism economy, yet the tension between labor needs and housing capacity raises significant social and economic questions. Wooden snow fences intercept blowing snow, causing it to accumulate in controlled locations rather than drifting onto the railway.
This trail marks the seamless integration of our village with the surrounding wilderness, maintaining access like
the valley's northern exposure supports markedly different ecosystems. Here, cooler temperatures and
The initiative addresses multiple goals, including food security and social cohesion.
It's a spectacular display of geological time unfolding. The constant erosion slowly moves the water.
Look closely at these layers. They tell a story spanning millions of years, from ancient seabeds and volcanic activity.
The progression toward the lowlands highlights the deep economic and social ties between these regions.
The early arrival of winter darkness profoundly shapes the daily rhythms of alpine communities.
Despite the short growing seasons and high costs, these farms thrive, a testament to the resilience.
The evening economy here is driven by the après-ski culture, extending the tourism day well beyond the slopes.
The journey toward the mountains reveals the daily rhythms of this landscape. Evening brings patience. The center is dedicated to explaining alpine geology, ecology, and climate change. Promotions.
The adaptive reuse of historic structures transforms these ancient cellars into sophisticated social spaces.
A testament to 19th century ingenuity, this hub connects our alpine communities, blending historic.
The physics of alpenglow transforms the peaks, connecting us to cosmic rhythms.
This scene highlights the tension between authentic cultural expression.
The railway allowed these culturally significant communities to survive.
This modern plant represents essential infrastructure, protecting water quality and aquatic ecosystems through
shelters. While tourists flock to the slopes, life continues here in the residential neighborhoods. It's a constant negotiation.
This journey reminds us of the privilege it is to experience these mountains. It is our shared responsibility.
Dating to the 18
years. For adult learners here, mastering German, French, or Italian isn't just cultural enrichment. It's an economic necessity.
As the village awakens, life here moves to a different rhythm. Residents have long adapted.
The engineering challenge of cutting through stable bedrock without modern explosives, relying instead on black powder and hand drills.
The vibrant success of peak season is clear, yet it challenges the village to balance intense visitor pressure.
Mountain wetlands are crucial for biodiversity, water purification, and flood control. Tragically,
their work is governed by strict safety protocols.
Lauterbrunnen, Sector 3 confirmed secure.
The vapor cools back to liquid here. That clarity tells me the run is going well, but the nose confirms the quality of the cut.
The forest reveals an astonishing complexity. Trees and fungi form
Managing the peak midday rush requires seamless integration of transport, hospitality, and safety services.
These meadows represent a sustainable land use, vital culturally and economically. The brown Swiss thrive in these alpine conditions, grazing the steep slopes.
Thermal updrafts created by solar heating cause air to rise. Ridge lift occurs where wind deflected upward by terrain provides lift along mountain flanks.
Built in the early 20th century.
Using theodolites and spirit levels, surveyors in the 1890s plotted this curve with remarkable precision, meeting modern safety standards. Here, agricultural practices remain unchanged for centuries. The tools, the fields, and the knowledge connect these workers to The descent reveals how aspect and elevation create distinct ecological zones. Conditions changed. The transition to electronic signaling in the 1970s brought efficiency, but eliminated skilled occupations held by families for generations.
Centuries of water erosion carved this chasm through resistant bedrock. The river exploits softer rock layers, while
In alpine watersheds, these mixed coniferous forests stabilize slopes and regulate water runoff.
This strategic location served as a trading center for centuries. Mountain communities must always...
Swiss sustainable forestry relies on rotation harvesting, maintaining a mix of age classes, and replanting programs to ensure stable forest cover.
It's the magical hour, beloved by photographers. The light changes minute by minute.
Permaculture is about observing natural patterns and working with nature.
The mountains offer a timeless perspective on human existence. May these railways continue to connect.
The water links present users with ancestors who drank from these same springs, honoring and protecting this precious resource.
The setting sun symbolizes more than the close of day. It reminds us that endings are merely transitions.
The shift from dinner service to nightlife defines the economic pulse of the village.
Solar heating causes moist air to rise rapidly, forming these storms. Preparation is essential for safety.
The centuries-old tradition of alpine cheesemaking transforms summer milk, rich in butterfat, into...
Foresters must decide whether to salvage fallen timber for economic value or leave the dead wood for its ecological function.
Illumination shapes our experience of this place. The warm glow from the windows offers psychological comfort against the cold blue of the evening.
The contrast of light against darkness carries psychological meaning, representing human presence and safety against the unknown wilderness.
The water falling as rain in these highlands eventually supplies rivers that serve millions of people downstream.
Erosion gullies reveal cross-sections of layered deposits. Each layer records a distinct flood event, archiving the valley's hydrological history.
Functioning as a bright beacon, this store highlights the economics of extended hour operation, an essential...
This landscape perfectly illustrates the concept of terroir. The distinct flavor of this cheese.
Generations of families, farmers, railway workers, teachers.
Townders. This is culinary tourism in action. Food experiences like these create destination appeal and differentiation.
Maintaining alpine accessibility requires
The complex structure and accumulated biological legacy make these forests ecologically irreplaceable.
Late-night entertainment venues significantly increase economic activity, though this growth must be balanced with the management of noise and public behavior.
Communities must balance the revenue from late-night tourism against the social costs, increased disorder, noise, and the...
Maintaining water quality in alpine regions is essential.
both for the environment and downstream. In the wilderness, we find a connection to something greater than ourselves, a reminder of the natural processes that shape our world.
The basin was carved by a massive valley glacier, which retreated approximately 12,000 years ago.
These stone cairns were built by travelers over centuries, serving as wayfinding markers.
Mobile libraries represent a commitment to equitable access to information services, regardless of geography. It's near midnight. The village is quiet now, revealing its true character under the spectacular sky.
This cemetery stands as a symbol of permanence, contrasting sharply with the transient tourism that often defines these alpine villages.
Extending broadband internet access to mountain communities is challenging due to the high cost of installation in difficult terrain.
The transition from evening entertainment to early morning quiet highlights the continuous municipal effort required.
This late-hour travel creates a timeless quality. The enforced stillness of being in motion yet
We reflect on how contemporary society has largely eliminated darkness through artificial lighting.